spent time in St. John's, here in Manitoba, but what did your time in the AHL do for your development as a pro?
I think I got to learn how to manage the off ice and really be on your own for everything. You got to figure out your own plan and kind of get your whole life kind of together at that point, because you're living in an apartment by yourself, or usually the first time not a dorm, and it's kind of figuring things out.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I've heard that a few times now. So is kind of that off-ice learning almost as important as what you do on the ice?
I think so. I think it could be even more important, because there's a lot of your time is getting eaten up by what do you eat, your nutrition, and what are you stocking your house with, and just where you're going to live, and proximity to the rink, proximity to the practice rink, and how you kind of start to manage your time, and kind of goes a long way, because if that gets dialed in, you have no stress and less things to worry about.
You had an interesting experience in that you started out with St. John's. Over the off season, all of a sudden the team's in Manitoba. What was that transition like, coming from playing out on the Rock to playing in the same city that the Jets were in?
Yeah, St. John's was great. It was one of those one-of-a-kind experiences where you're really feeling like you're on an island and in the middle of nowhere, kind of. And, beautiful sights, beautiful city, and you have some places like George Street where most teams come in and everyone knows about George Street because that is the main attraction there. And for me, there's Signal Hill, which is a lot of history there, and that was pretty cool. So having the historical things around was really cool for me. But then coming to Manitoba kind of gets you into the Winnipeg swing, and like I was saying, kind of putting together your routine and getting your off ice kind of dialed in, and being in the same city really helped the transition between the Jets and the Moose, and having everything kind of figured out by the time I needed it to be figured out.
Yeah, so you start making that transition to the National Hockey League in that first season here in Manitoba. So, how did that help with them being in the same city?
It was very easy. When I got called up, I woke up in the same bed, same apartment, no flights, nothing new really, except the team that you're going to. Same practice rink, same game rink. There really was no differences. It kind of made it seamless. It almost felt a little too easy. You just woke up and all of a sudden you're on a different team.
There's a bunch of guys that you either played with in St. John's or in Manitoba that have since graduated up to the Winnipeg Jets, and you've kind of been on this journey with them. So does that almost help teammates relate to each other, that you have that shared experience?
Yeah, definitely sometimes. Especially a lot of the guys, they will play together and come up together. So that definitely helps, having a familiar face around, going through the same situation that you're going through. But being able to look back on it and being able to relate in a way is always a good starter for a relationship with a new guy, and good team building stuff.
And last one for you, Moose have been in Winnipeg for 25 seasons. You got to be a part of one of those. What's it mean to you to kind of be part of that legacy?
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely one of those things when you look back on, that was a pretty cool experience, and they have a great logo, great mascot. I enjoyed my time there, that's for sure.